When I think of Battlefield, I think of large-scale multiplayer battles. The Battlefield franchise isn't really known for its single-player content, but Battlefield 1 goes against the norm and gives us some great single-player stories. Battlefield single-player has to be one of the best war-related stories I have ever got to experience. It has heart, it has emotions, it has moments of feeling triumphant.
Anger is not the way of a gentleman.
You win!
It has something for everybody. It's not just a fun distraction from multiplayer, it's a completely separate thing that deserves its own recognition. Battlefield single player is divided into 6 standalone war stories. Each takes the player on a journey through different points of the war in different parts of the world. You follow the protagonist through their one journey that was forgotten in time. Even before the title screen appears and you can change your settings and stuff, the game throws you into the first scenario. You are a soldier in the middle of the battlefield. The character and the player are confused as to what is happening. But one thing both can see clearly is that the character is in a very bad place. The horrors of war are there without any filter for you to witness. Text appears on screen. It says something very simple, yet it sends a chill down my spine. You are not expected to survive. After this, you are thrown into the shoes of a random soldier. You are given a weapon, some ammo, and are given the order to hold the line. Now, this is where it gets real. No matter how good you are and how long you survive for, eventually the enemy will overpower you. When you die, the name of the soldier you were playing as appears on screen, along with their lifespan. It's a small message, but it holds such weight. You realize so many of these soldiers were barely adults and had to fight in such bloody battles. Some of them were even younger than me. When you die in a game, you expect a normal game over screen, or at least here, you would expect to be taken to the main menu. But instead, you are given to play as another soldier somewhere else on the battlefield. Again with the same objective and the same fate. And again. And again. This really cements the message Battlefield 1 tries to make. Yeah, sure, we are making a game about World War I, and you will have some goofy moments in multiplayer. But they are not here to disrespect the past and the soldier who gave their lives in the war. The whole opening is an homage to fallen soldiers, and to have the player realize that war is still not a game, and it should not be romanticized. I'm not gonna explain every mission, but I will tell you what I liked and didn't like about them. Storm of Steel I have already discussed. Amazing intro, probably the best intro to a Battlefield game ever. Very impactful, almost had me in tears. Through Mud and Blood had some highlights, like the pigeon sections. And at the end, you do feel like you have earned the right to go home.
So, what do we do now, driver?
We walk.
Other than that, it was mostly a stealth section more than a tank section. Tank fights were great. Tank gameplay in this game has always been very good. So when the game forces you to stealth around, that kind of halts the pace of the game. But other than that, it was great. The stealth section, it leaves a lot to be desired. The enemy AI is just really dumb. I wish this stealth was a little better, but I can't really complain since it's a Battlefield game. One more big dumb thing is that when you get seen by one soldier, the whole map knows where you are. That was very annoying to deal with at first. But since you can leave literally everybody alone and just go to your objective, it doesn't really matter at the end. Friends in high places is probably the one that I hate to like. I absolutely hate flying in Battlefield. And the whole mission is filled with flying and stealth. The only thing that I like about this mission is the ending.
Things get mixed up in wartime, though, and you'll probably hear other versions. A rogue pilot who stole a plane, who killed his buddy, then lied, cheated, and murdered his way across half the Western Front, only to escape court-martial in the chaos of an air raid. But don't listen to any of that. What you heard from me is the truth. I wouldn't tell you if it wasn't. Would I?
This last segment really makes me question the legitimacy of these war stories. All the war stories that we have seen or heard, who knows if they are true or not. This is a very intriguing angle that I wish they had explored further.
Our task was to support Matteo's battalion. We were a proud unit. We changed the war for Italy. The Arditi.
Avanti SAVOIA is a nice change of pace. After having to stealth around in previous missions, it was nice to just be a badass for one mission, gunning down hundreds of enemies alone and then fighting a whole fleet of aircrafts with a single AA gun. The ending was emotional too.
I still think about that field. Every day. I'd almost stopped looking. Started giving in to the hope that Matteo had escaped. And then...
No! No!
He never got older. And here I am, still. Who decides such things? Buon compleanno, Matteo.
I don't have much to say about this one since it's a short and very simple story. But yeah, it definitely belongs here.
Frederick Bishop?
Oh, God.
Hey, are you Frederick Bishop?
Nope. He's dead, sorry.
But isn't this your picture?
I suppose so.
Jack Foster. I'm your new charge.
No, you're not. You have to take this kid off me.
Of course not. He came all this way just to see you. Frederick Bishop, the pride of Australia. Been lied about his age to get past conscription.
You know Morse code?
Yes.
Follow me!
The Runner. The Runner was about passing the torch from one generation to the other. The message of the story was clear and very good, but the gameplay was just simple Battlefield stuff, like go here, capture this point, then go there, capture that point, and that stuff. This one was probably the most generic, but it was well executed, so I don't mind.
For more than 400 years, the Ottoman Empire has ruled these lands, controlling all that's to be found here. But the Ottomans do not rule unopposed. Small bands of Bedouin rebels have united to overthrow the empire. They strike without warning and then vanish into the desert. Fighting alongside them is a lone British officer whose exploits have earned him wide renown. The world has taken to calling this man Lawrence of Arabia.
Nothing is written. It's about the rebels fighting the Ottoman Empire. You assume the role of Zara, a rebel fighting alongside Lawrence of Arabia to destroy an armored train that is a problem for the rebels. Now I am intrigued by the premise. Don't get me wrong, a whole game can be made about the whole story of the Ottoman Empire during World War I. But I absolutely hate the last part of the story. That one damn train. The one where you have to fight the goddamn train.
That train killed me so many goddamn times.
I do not even want to continue talking about this. But other than that, it was a good story and I enjoyed it. By the way, fuck you, train. All in all, I was honestly impressed by the quality of stories in Battlefield 1. They were all very interesting and engaging, and respected history. It told these stories without glorifying war, which is always a plus. Also, the emotional weightage of every story is reflected elegantly. The message or the theme of the story isn't shoved in your face. It is subtle enough to be even noticed by a casual player. And in a time where companies shy away from single player stories, Battlefield 1 made the right call of giving us some of the best war stories, focused on a more personal level. Sure, it doesn't train you for the multiplayer mode, which it never intended to be. It is its own thing and it focuses more on the story rather than the gameplay, which is a strong point in my opinion. If I'm being honest, the music of Battlefield can have its own separate video, but I'll try to cover it here and keep it short. It will be regarded as one of the best soundtrack of a game. It's high up there with Skyrim and Witcher 3 in my opinion. Music fits so well with the narrative. It not only compensates the context, but also elevates the situation to movie levels. Everything from the main theme to those little notes in the single player stories. Everything works spectacularly. The theme that plays when you spawn on the map pumps you up and makes you want to charge up and take the whole freaking army all by yourself. Although don't do that, since team play. And I'm not just talking about the soundtrack. Weapon sounds, sounds of soldiers interacting, explosions, horse, tanks, planes, war machines, everything sounds so authentic and real. It really reflects the AAA budget. Now I have written a whole script about this video and I included the outro in it. But I feel like I should speak from the heart at the end. Battlefield 1 is really a special experience that you have to experience at least once. Even if you are a new player and going to play it for the first time tomorrow, or you are a veteran and have played thousands of hours, go play this game. Go play this game. And don't just play it, experience it. I've already said what I have loved about this game, so I cannot say much more than that. I mean, I had a full 24-page script that I had to edit down to just 10 because it would have been boring to hear me just talk about this for literally 45 minutes. I didn't even talk about how amazing the graphics are. For its age, it looks spectacular. If this game came out today, I wouldn't even question the graphics. I mean, it still looks very good. But if you have seen both parts and made it through this point, then thank you. Thank you for supporting me. If you're not subscribed, then please subscribe. That helps me out a lot. And actually, I was this close to not making part 2 because the first video didn't do well. People just watched like 40 seconds and then dropped off according to analytics. But that one comment really pushed me. That one comment really pushed me to actually make the effort. So thank you. Keep commenting. I mean, even if you have something negative to say, do it. Like the video, dislike the video, do anything. Honestly, any kind of interaction with people is really fun about the topic that I like talking about. Now I'm struggling to find words and ending this outro in a meaningful way, but without a script, I'm kind of struggling here. See, I just used struggling twice in the same sentence. So I'm just gonna end it right now, and hopefully you guys subscribe. And thank you for watching. Also follow me on Twitter.